Greetings viewers, today I'd like to show a little bit of the weathering work that I've been doing. It's all very much learning as I go. This actually was the first attempt. It's a little bit heavy-handed, but it is a well-rusted Carlsberg metal van. This is from Jouef. When I received it, it was in a horrible state. There was all this, I don't know if it was resin, but some kind of thick glue all over the bodywork. They tried to, I think, glue the body to the chassis with this horrible resin, and it was really disgusting. So I scraped that all off. Kind of partly scraped off the Carlsberg decal. So I thought it would be good for weathering. Here I mostly used oils to do this rust effect. So you spot a bit of oil paint and then you drag it down with a bit of thinner. I was using turpentine. The roof was very shiny and silver, so I matte varnished it first and then added some of these rust spots and did a little bit of work on the chassis to pick out the elements, the suspension and the side panels of the chassis. Then I sprayed everything with matte varnish to finish. So it's quite heavy-handed, but I think it achieves something for my first attempt. Next I have a few Hornby wagons and the before and after. So this is the S.C coal wagon from Hornby, something very popular, very common. I tried to be a bit more subtle with this one. So there's kind of mud and dirt collecting at the lower end of the bodywork. Gave the chassis a bit of paint again. What I like about weathering is it brings out the moulding, the contrast in the moulding. When it's all black like this, you can't really see the suspension elements, whereas once you've weathered it a bit, everything pops out a lot more. Also, the body is quite plasticky. You can see it's quite shiny, so weathering and adding a matte varnish, I think, makes it look much more realistic. I also have a couple of these very typical Hornby Arnold Sands 7-plank wagons, I think, or 5, maybe 5-plank wagons. This one came to me a little bit scuffed already, so I decided to go ahead and you see the chassis is very muddy. It's obviously Arnold Sands carries sands, so I gave the top of the wagon a kind of very strong dusting effect. Again, this is all oil paints, an oil wash, and then small dots of oil paint spread about with a soft brush. I think it has a nice effect. I don't have an airbrush, and this is a good way of modelling, I think, weathering, without an airbrush. Finally, I did show this one before on another video. This is a standard brake van. Actually, it's from Triang, so it's quite old. So it's plasticky. Details are all not picked out. There's no glazing in the windows. So my upgrade was to pick out in white the rods, to use an ink wash, a dark wash, to bring out the panelling. I put glazing in as well, which entailed taking the roof off, which was a bit of a pain. It's kind of snapped something, and even though I filed it down, it doesn't go on quite as well as it did before. But it annoys me that these brake vans often come without glazing, and it's a pain to rectify that. Okay, that's just some of my weathering experiments so far. Thank you for watching.